right, good morning, everyone. Welcome back. So nice to see the meme stonks back. If you were here, last week, even the week before, we'd been watching and waiting for that 1450 area on AMC. Now, listen, it tried, I think, once last week and once this week and failed. But the idea is, when you're dealing with that kind of mania, a heavily shorted WallStreetBets, mania stock, I mean, you can take those shots. You can take those shots at those same levels because, you stick to your plan, you take a small loss, then you catch that move the second, the third time, even the fourth or the fifth time, and it goes to 18. You can take those 20, 30 cent losses, 50 cent losses, several times. Then when you catch that $5 a share, $3 share, $4 share move, you're in the green. I mean, I think that's something that I think a lot of new traders struggle with, that idea that ultimately losing is part of the game. I think a lot of people, I know I get fired up about these patterns in the ebook. I get fired up about these setups. I'll come on in the morning and I'll be like, oh, it checks all the boxes. It's amazing. Well, I mean, ultimately, it can still fail. You put as many odds in your favor as you can, but losing is part of the game. And you have to accept that. Because if you can't deal with, and again, maybe AMC was never on your watch. It could be any other ticker. My point is, you got to be willing to take your shots, stick to your plan, and if you're trading the right stocks, like the meme stocks or the PIRSs or any low float big mover, you can take those paper cuts. Then when the big move comes, there you go. I mean that's what you're trying to do. You might lay down some bunts, you might strike out, but if you keep coming to the plate, waiting on your pitch, there you go. So anyway, that being said, PIRS is currently above VWAP, trying to push through 5. My hope is it kind of consolidates here, and then I'd look at probably like that 525 area, and then risk down back around VWAP. This thing, with the volume yesterday, could do anything today. So PIRS, hoping it trends sideways in pre, then looking for a 525 break. Oops. $525. There we go. Scott Sisapolowski asking about TOL. So you got, listen, if you've been here, you know how much I love the home builders. So, construction is booming. No volume on this yet. Zero volume. But I would look for breakouts. Look for that late day VWAP hold type setup. Earnings are good. It's just, nobody's really trading it in pre. So look for a VWAP hold for swing trade. But love the home builders. Love the building suppliers. You guys you're probably so sick of hearing me say this. It's just around me, and I'm in rural Michigan, okay? There is just construction everywhere. Hell, I got a project going right now. I got 2 projects going right now. So anyway, late day VWAP hold for swing. Rage Quit Connor, CTRM. Ugh. So, this is what I would say. Why? Yeah, you could technically say this spiked yesterday, but 6 cents? Boring. Who cares about? I don't care if it is a 30-cent stock. 6 cent move. Shippers aren't hot. No news. $900 million float. Who cares? T. Murphy asking about BTX. So BTX blew the call yesterday. I don't know what happened during the conference call yesterday. I'm guessing all of these sketchy biotech Scamex stock CEO, all of the executives were probably like drinking on the conference call or something. They're probably doing shots of whiskey. So, I mean, look at that candle. Look at that candle when the conference call started at 4:30 p.m. I don't need to be on the call. That's the beauty of price action. Last thing I want to do is listen to these idiots try and trick everybody into thinking that they're going to do anything with this sketchy Scamex American Stock Exchange stock. That candle tells me all I need to know about that call. So they blew it. So look at that. Look at that. The second the conference call starts, thing drops $2 a share. Well done, idiots. I want to go to their executive team. Where are they? Where's the management team? Howard was probably drunk. Ron Guido. Ron Guido probably had a dead body in his trunk. Lynn looks nice. So Lynn tried, at least. Howard was drunk, and Ron Guido was too busy putting freaking cement blocks on bodies and throwing them in the East River. What do you think about DDD? Yeah, boring. I mean, I like 3D printing. It's just, we need something to light the 3D printing sector up. It's just too slow right now. Multi-platform asks about SPONF. I mean, I'm sure it's an OTC. No range yesterday. No breakout on the chart. So, boring. So, I'm going to wrap up with a few of my main watches. So, again, AMC, I would look for that standard week open, ideally basing on VWAP. So look for an 18 break risk on VWAP on AMC. That would probably be my number 2 behind PIRS. Look for basing under 18, then a break of that, risk on VWAP. And then GME, kind of the same plan on GME. And then, so those are going to be my main watches. Let me jump over to Instagram. UVXY, what happened? Kevin, quit trying. What happened to UVXY? Why are you guys trading freaking VIX ETFs? Okay? I mean, ugh! I know what it is. It's Twitter. Would you if you're listen, ultimately, and I say this so much, if you're on these pre-market preps, which welcome, I'm glad you're here, but you're probably a new trader, you should avoid the VIX ETFs, the 3X ETFs, these leverage ETFs. Quit falling for these scam artists on Twitter trying to talk you into trading these things. Avoid it. Avoid them. They're not meant for you, okay? The VIX ETFs, the triple leverage ETFs, they're made for hedge funds to manage, to hedge their risk. Okay? Quit falling for it. What do you think about PLTR? Boring. Again, it's trending, but it's kind of right into resistance. I mean, look at that 22 level resistance. So it's okay. And again, I know I've been talking about PLTR a lot, but I think remember the idea on PLTR. The idea was 2 weeks ago when the bribe or the ransom, whatever you want to call it, the ransom was paid to the pipeline. So if you didn't take, here's the thing. If you didn't take the trade on PLTR 2 weeks ago, why you want to enter now when it's right at resistance? So keep in mind, so much of what we do as day traders is timing, okay? Sometimes I think some of you guys get sick of me saying, 9:45, 2 p.m., talking about these key levels. So much of short-term trading is timing related. And if you didn't take PLTR 2 weeks ago at 18.19, why you want to buy it right at multi-month resistance levels? So, anyway. Raph asks about BBIG. Boring. GLB, recent IPO. Possible week open red to green, but the volume was... Ooh! No. Sorry. Ignoring... No, man. The volume is terrible. This thing traded 65,000 or 600,000 shares yesterday. No. Don't try and trade stocks that can't even trade 1 million shares a day. What about NBRV? Terrible long-term chart. Crappy charts have been hot, though. So here's the funny thing. And actually, thank you, Ian, for bringing up NBRV. Really reminds me of PIRS. So normally, I would bash NBRV. But after PIRS yesterday, this is 100% dip and rip over 250 with risk on VWAP 225. And, 35 million float, already traded 10 million shares at $8.45. So NBRV, look for similar to PIRS yesterday. Dip and rip over 250. Risk on VWAP. I really like this because after PIRS, crappy biotech charts could get hot. So I think a lot of people are going to be looking for today's PIRS, and the chart on NBRV is basically the same thing. So I definitely like this. And again, volume's killer. 10 million shares, and it's 8:43 a.m. Beautiful. On a 35 million floater. So AMC keeps teasing. Slow down, AMC. So again, my mains, AMC, PIRS, and I like NBRV for today's PIRS. That being said, new podcast dropped yesterday with my boy Bryce Toohey. Check it out. I tell you, Bryce is another one of those young people. Okay, I don't want to get canceled here. So young people that I really, really respect. Was in college, was learning trading, had a side gig doing writing. Just getting after it. And it's just no surprise to me that Bryce is crushing it because of his work ethic. He's just a grinder. So check out the podcast. It's a great one. Go to steadytrade.com. Have a great day. Check out the Steady Trade team. And we will see you next time.